All right, what's going on, guys? Today we are doing something a little different. We are getting back into the reaction content. I am got a bunch of videos lined up for today. We're going to be going over some of the world news, some gaming news. I did think that this one would be interesting about nurses on strike today in New York City.
Turning our attention now to a story that we're going to continue to monitor all throughout this Monday as thousands of union nurses are striking outside of New York City hospitals. Joining us live now is Jessica Formosa with our team over at Fox 5 in New York. And Jessica, that is quite a scene behind you.
Good morning. Yes, quite a scene. This crowd has been growing since 6 o'clock this morning. That is when these nurses officially.
Okay, some of the signs: we support NY nurses on strikes. I can't read what that sign is back there.
Went on strike. Let me step out of the way here so you can take a live look. Hundreds of nurses are outside Mount Sinai, East Harlem. This stretches from 101st Street all the way to 99th, both sides of the hospital. You can see the nurses holding up signs and chanting.
Don't mess with our benefits. So, is New York Hospital trying to take away nurses' benefits now? I mean, New York's been going through a lot of shit. Isn't what's his name, the governor now? I can't think of his name. That guy that was like the communist guy or something like that.
At one point earlier this morning, they were even blocking the entrance, the main entrance to this hospital. You may recall that 3 years ago, nurses, some from this hospital as well, went on strike for 3 days. The question many have this morning is, how long will this strike last? The nurses officially went on strike at 6 this morning. They walked off the job.
Well, if you did it for 3 days already and nothing happened, I say you let it go on for 3 weeks this time. See what changes.
And as you can see, onto the picket line. According to the nurses union, this strike is the largest nurses strike in New York City history. We're talking about nearly 15,000 nurses from 3 hospital systems: Mount Sinai, Montefiore, and New York Presbyterian. They say they were negotiating throughout the night to try to reach a deal, but clearly little progress was made at the bargaining table. The nurses' contract expired December 31st, and shortly after that, the union voted to authorize the strike. Now, here is what the nurses are demanding: better pay, safe staffing levels, fully funded health benefits, and protection from workplace violence.
Better pay? What do nurses make in New York City? $98,000 to $110,000 annually. This up here says that 98 and damn, 56 dollars an hour. I don't know about the better pay part of it. I can kind of see that one being a stretch. But the benefits and the safe working areas, yeah. New York's crazy right now, along with Indianapolis, Minnesota, and what's the other one? California. They're all going freaking crazy right now.
They are not the only ones out here. There are also other planned picket lines across the city at other hospitals, at other major hospitals. We actually spoke to the union president last night. Take a listen to what she had to say.
They are still refusing to address our most important issues: patient and nurse safety. Although we are willing to negotiate on salaries,
Patient and
they
nurse
have failed
safety?
to
What is
deliver
going on?
meaningful counter proposal and are still threatening healthcare cuts for frontline nurses. Nurses are ready to buy.
Okay, I can see the frontline cut or the cuts for frontline nurses because I know during COVID they did a lot of hiring and stuff. I know in New York you kind of need a bigger healthcare system, especially in a city like New York's a crazy city. Never been. I live 2 hours away from New York. Never been there. But you know, I hear about a lot what's going on, and I know a lot of people from New York. But also, again, everything just kind of at this point relates back to COVID. So you hired a lot of workers during COVID because you needed to help. And now, again, with COVID being over and a lot of insurance companies becoming stingy with what they're going to pay for and stuff, a lot of the healthcare networks don't really have the money to keep all these nurses on.
Bargain all day and night to try to avoid a strike.
Yeah, they tried to avoid that strike, but clearly
No, strike.
they are
Get
on
what you want.
strike this morning. Again, officially taking place at 6 o'clock. Governor Hochul had to step in. She issued an executive order to keep patient care going on. And you hear behind me, you see them, they are now marching in front of me here with signs as well. You can hear the noise they are making. And as I was saying, this gets bigger and bigger as the hours go by. Now, hospital management reached out to us. We reached out to them and they sent us back a statement saying that their hospitals are open, that they're doing everything they can to support the patients. We know that both Mount Sinai, New York Presbyterian have brought outside nurses in to help with the overflow of patients.
Well, yeah, you can't just close a hospital, even if your main staffing decides to go on strike. You can't just close a hospital.
You know, flu season is running rampant here in New York City and
Yeah,
across the
because you got all the
country.
people crowded
So,
together.
A strike like this in the middle of winter is dangerous. One nurse telling us earlier that his patient yesterday was telling him, "I'm afraid."
A strike like this in the middle of winter is dangerous. Why do you think they plan this in the middle of winter? It's to make the management concede to what they want faster so they can get back to work, because you have COVID that's coming back during winter, you have flu, then you have your common ailments, you know, the colds and stuff like that. And plus you have other injuries. I mean, it's not really any here that you can see, but slipping on ice, you know, your head injuries, your car accidents, you know, you have your common everyday things. And then you have certain winter ailments that are more prevalent. So, yeah, the whole point of doing this strike in the middle of winter is to have management concede to their demands faster.
I'm afraid that you are not going to be here tomorrow, that you will be outside and striking instead of being here. Who's going to take care of me? So you have, the management.
That is true. I did forget. Sorry about pausing again, but I did forget to mention that. It's also to make the patients worry so they could put more pressure on management to, again, get them to concede faster.
Have the nurses, and in the middle you have the patients, but the nurses tell me they will continue to be out here as long as it takes for them to get what they are demanding. They tell me that they just want a fair contract. The management saying that what they're asking for is reckless, just too much they cannot do. Hopefully they can find common ground so this strike could be over very soon. But of course we will continue to be out here and bring you the developments as this story continues to develop throughout the day. Back to you.
All right, Jessica, and then before I let you go, because I know that you've been out there all morning, what does it look like right now, the strike? Have you seen more nurses step out there, or has it kind of been spread out?
Oh, there's going to be thousands upon thousands of nurses striking. It said across 3 hospital systems. They said they have about 15,000 nurses out there right now. I could see that at least going up to about 20, 25,000 by by the time you get closer to the end of this strike?
Are some of them leaving? Are they marching away?
Well, of course, people are going to leave
so
and
we
come.
actually have been seeing more and more showing up throughout this morning. It started with just, at 6 o'clock, I would say there was probably a dozen or 2 dozen nurses. By 6:30, there were a lot more. And now this morning in the 9 o'clock hour, this stretches from where I'm standing for about 2 blocks. And there's nurses on both sides of the street, not just here, but also across the street. And we've saw busloads of nurses being let off here and joining the picket line. We have seen some of them go, but as some go, others come in. So it's a revolving door.
Oh, yeah.
I think that
It's always going to
this
be
is
a
what they
revolving
want,
door.
right? These nurses want to be out here showing that they will remain out here no matter how long it takes, as long as they can get to the negotiating table and get what they are demanding for.
All right, Jessica Formoso live for us down there with our team at Fox 5 in New York. Thank you so much, Jessica, for providing this context. We've been taking this live image all morning. It is quite a scene, so you take care. We'll talk soon. Before we move away from that story, though, I do want to showcase just this one more time, the location.
All right, so the strike picket location. So it started today. You have Montefiore, Bronx, Jack D. Wheeler campus, Henry and Lucy Moses campus, Montefiore. I'm not saying that right. I know I'm not saying that right. But the Montefiore Hutchinson Medical Center Children's Hospital. Damn. New York Presbyterian, New York Presbyterian Allen, New York Presbyterian CUMC, and Choney. Mount Sinai. All Sinai locations start at 6 on the first day. Mount Sinai Hospital, Mount Sinai Morningside, Mount Sinai West. So it looks like the Montefiore Bronx is definitely the biggest one.
Of some of those picket lines that are already starting and those strikes, so you can see them here. This was also provided to us by our team at Fox 5. So we have Montefiore in the Bronx, we have New York Presbyterian, and Mount Sinai. All 3 of those hospitals are the ones that union nurses are trying to negotiate with, again, for that better pay and those better work conditions.
All right. Well, I definitely wanted to showcase this because nursing is very near and dear to my heart. My mother's a nurse. I have a degree in the medical field. So I definitely kind of wanted to see what was going on with the nurses strike. I can agree with the nurses striking on a lot of these points, except for the better pay. I don't see that happen. But yeah, I just wanted to watch that.